Hello everybody! We're now on to Unit 2 of the course Economics is for Everyone. So in Unit 1 I introduced myself, gave you a bit of information about who I am, your course presenter, Wayne Davies. I also gave you a bit of information about the course itself and the structure of the course and the things we're going to be looking at. So we're not going to get quite into the content yet, so we've got this little unit here, this short unit, which I'm going to explain the assessment that I'm going to be using, or more or less should I call the self-assessment basically. So let's have a look at the course structure again quickly. So you can see here the blacked out areas. This is not the kind of stuff I'm going to be talking about today. We'll be focusing on the green areas. So you can see 3 green boxes. You have green boxes to the right of your first 2 black boxes. So these are what I call short assessments. And at the end of every unit, well, almost every unit, units from 3 to 23, you'll have these short questions. Very short questions that you need to answer in order to, gauge an idea of whether you've understood the content. And if you can't answer questions, then you may need to listen to the video again, or you may need to look at some of the supplementary material that I'm providing. At the bottom, you see a longer green box. That's got Unit 2, which is this one, and Unit 24, which is your final assessment, and that's going to be done a little bit differently. So I'm going to explain that in a moment. So what are these questions? So basically it's going to be multiple choice questions from 3 to 23. Simple multiple choice, probably about 3 questions. And at the end of it, I've got a sample question that I'm going to explain to you in the unit itself. And then there's going to be 2 questions themselves. These are scenario questions, and I'm going to explain that in a moment. So what do I mean by multiple choice questions? So here's a sample here. Which of the following would you consider complementary goods? Toothbrush and a bag of grapes, bread and butter, Coca-Cola and Pepsi, or screws and nails? So you may not know the answer to this at the moment, but you should be able to answer this question when we get to the unit. So do you want to know the answer? And the answer is no. I'll leave that one for you, but if you want to answer it, fine. That's good in your own time. It's a fairly simple question. So at the end of the series, we'll have what we call scenario questions. I mean, the end of the course, sorry. The end of the course, that is Unit 24, with the 2 scenario questions plus a sample scenario question. So a scenario question puts you in a particular situation where you have to address a question, and there's going to be several components to that question. I'm not going to be asking for you to apply a particular economic theory, but you have got to use your knowledge from the course, or even some knowledge from outside the course, and apply this economics, even stuff that's not, even economics is also acceptable, because economics borrows from many other subjects, to be able to address the question. So here we've got a very simple scenario question, and this question is going to be fleshed out later on in Unit 24. So what we've got here, we've got someone who's running a donut shop, and there used to be a very successful donut shop, but there's a new competitor. So this new competitor is taking some of your customers. So you've got to decide what course of action you want to take. And I'll be explaining this sample question a little bit in more detail. This is just an outline, just so you can think about it as we're going through this course, the type of questions you're going to get at the end. And why I'm pushing for these scenario questions, because I don't want to be focusing on a particular topic. I think for you to be a good student, you should be able to know when you're going to take a theory and when you're going to apply it, rather than me pointing you in the direction of a particular theory and asking you what it is. Because when you're in the real world and you're dealing with real life scenarios, economics is being thrown all over the place. You're not going to necessarily be told what economic theory to use. And in often cases, you can use multiple economic theories, and that's fine, as long as it addresses the needs, your needs, or in this case, the needs of the question. Okay, so that takes me to the end of this very quick unit describing what type of questions and assessment I'm going to be using in this course. The next unit is Economics is Everywhere. So this is going to be looking at why we should be doing this course, why we should be learning economics. Basically, economics is everywhere. That's why I'm saying economics is for everyone. Thank you.